What is the best interior cleaner? In my quest to not only develop, but also document developing a new interior cleaner for my product brand, Jimbo's Detailing, I've taken your guys' advice and your feedback and picked up a couple of your favorite interior cleaners so we could check these out, compare them, see what the competition is like, where they might be able to improve, and stuff like that. So in this video, we're gonna be checking out the Koch-Chemie, or however you say that name, whatever. This is their Polestar. This is their interior cleaner. And then compared to that, we are trying the Chemical Guys Nonsense Invisible Super Cleaner that says it's colorless and odorless. Just two suggested products, two very popular products, at least on Amazon. And so in this video, we're gonna check them out, check out the differences, and see how they perform. For the Polestar, it claims a pH of 7.0. It says it could be used on textile, leather, Alcantara, and all that. And this is a concentrated version, so that's one thing I'm going back and forth on, to use a ready-to-use or concentrated. You can dilute it 1 to 5 to 1 to 20. So dilution in those realms, and that would just depend upon how dirty you have it or how strong you need the chemical. So I have diluted it into this bottle at 1 to 5. As you can see, I actually used some yesterday. Really good foaming, so that's one thing I want to check out too. And honestly, when I used it yesterday, I was very happy with it. I did not try it straight, but I did at their recommended dilution. For the Chemical Guys, the No Nonsense, it does also claim a pH balanced and neutral. And it says colorless and odorless. On the back, if you do read it, it does say that it can also be diluted. Where did I find that? It can be diluted up to 20 to 1. So they put the dilutions separately, but 1 to 20. So technically, I guess you could dilute this all the way up. But again, this gets into my dilemma of selling concentrates or ready to use, is because Chemical Guys just sells this. So if you wanted to dilute this, you would have to have a separate bottle, similar to what I had to do with the Polestar. Is you have to have a separate bottle. It's not a huge deal for most people, but every once in a while you do get that person that just, they ask for an extra bottle. It just makes it difficult. I know for most of you watching, it doesn't make it difficult and you're used to that, but to a vast majority of people, it's difficult for them to sell a concentrate. They get confused over dilution ratios and all that. For my own product, what I am contemplating doing is selling a 16-ounce bottle that is ready to use at my favorite pre-diluted ratio, and then sell a gallon concentrate. So try to hit that. Similar to what I do with the Pure Magic Cleaner, the 16-ounce is ready to use at 4 to 1, which is my favorite dilution, and then I sell it in a gallon full concentrate. So I did want to check the pH of both of these chemicals to make sure that what they're saying is true. So I'll take my handy dandy pH sticks here, one of them, and we'll dip them straight into the Polestar. And if we line it up on our thing, we'll see that it's actually kind of low, maybe around a 6. So that's good. I call that accurate. I leave a little bit of room for air in the pH stick. Let's do it's definitely not odorless on the Chemical Guys. So let's stick it in. There's going to be a little bit higher. So at full concentration, theirs is probably an 8. So I would say both are accurate in their claims. The Polestar does have a really nice kind of lemony scent, I think it is. So in this, the Chemical Guys is chemical scent. So it does say that it's odorless. It is definitely colorless, but they also claim it's odorless, but it's not. It does have a chemical smell. So if we're judging on the sniffy sniff, Polestar is going to take the win on this one for me. It's just a really nice lemon scent. And lemon in my detailing business, out of all the scents that I ever sprayed into customers' cars, lemon was by far the one that most people were okay with. So I think lemon is a very safe scent, especially for interiors with heat and all that. So let's take it into the car. I'm not going to dilute the Chemical Guys because I just want to use it straight, since it's pretty much pH balanced too. This one is 1 to 5, so their strongest recommended dilution on there. And then we will use it on some areas. And guess what? Another Tesla. Before we go on with the video, I just wanted to remind you that all the Jimbo's Detailing line of products are available now and on Amazon as well. And if you head over to jimbosdetailing.com and use code FIRST, I'm gonna throw in one of these massive drying towels absolutely for free, a $30 value. So head over and click the link below or purchase on Amazon. So first up, or on the passenger side, we're gonna use the Polestar. I have it split. We'll do the chemical guys on one side, Polestar on this side. I have a Scrub Ninja, some brushes, and then a brand new yellow microfiber towel so that we can kind of see how much dirt is coming off on here. So one of the things I'm looking for is foaming ability too. So that's what I'm gonna do with the brush right here, is how much can we get this to lather up and foam. Based on the feedback from the other videos, you guys really liked foam, and kind of the main feedback was the more foam, the better. So I know these brushes aren't great for actual cleaning, but they are good for Instagram clicks. So that's cool. So the Polestar, really good foamer. Really good foamer. And it seems like the more you work it, the more it's gonna foam. And I really like that. Let's hit it a little bit with the Scrub Ninja too. And again, that lemon scent isn't too overpowerful, and is really nice even when you're dealing with hot weather, which is a big deal with interior cleaners. And then another thing that I'm trying to figure out is how quickly can it dry off the surface. So I think right now with my interior cleaner, it's taking a little too long to dry off the surface. You saw that with that right there, that Polestar dried out really nice. It didn't leave any streaks. And this is exactly what I want in my product, is it leaves a clean, matte factory finish. That's what I really like. So Polestar on this one looks really good. Let's finish up the rest of this seat with it. Let's see how it does tackling some of these stains right here. I'm gonna spray directly onto the surface and see how it does with these stains right here. Again, I'll take the Scrub Ninja. I really like how it foams up instantly too, because then it's spreadable, which is very nice. Okay. See how it's just drying up pretty quick. It is warmer today, but it's drying up without streaking. And it did streak on me a little bit. Maybe it still needed to be dry. Okay, I think it did pretty good right there. Let me see if I could get it consistent. As you can see, it's not super dirty, or there's not a ton of dirt coming off all of it, but I think it removed that stain. Does it look like it did from your angle? Yeah? Okay. So now for the main bottom part, or we could do the back part, I just want to try it in a towel. So another aspect that I'm interested in is how do these products work as a maintenance product. So you can see how foamy it is right there. All right, I'll let that dry, but overall, I think I really like this product. And I think it'd be good to use as a maintenance. Let's check the towel. As you can see, it pulled off a good amount of dirt. The seat wasn't really that dirty, just a bunch of surfacey stuff, but one thing I'm looking for is the finish that it leaves. So it leaves a really nice finish. I think there's a couple deeper stains that I could go after, maybe, but there was some oil back here, some body oil. There was some other stains, sunscreen, and I think it did a really good job of doing it without drying out the seat. So the seat looks really good. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for me on that. I like it. Let's jump over to the chemical guy side. Okay, same thing. So the invisible cleaner on this side, I'll start with just the same style brush to see how it foams up. And it is foaming up good as well. You do definitely have much more of a chemical, yeah, woof. This product would automatically be out for me because the chemical smell is so bad. So a very, very heavy chemical smell, but look at the foam. I mean, foaming up incredibly well. Like that, let's spray a little bit into a Scrub Ninja, see how we do with that, but you can see high foam is definitely where it's at. I think the Koch-Chemie or the Polestar foam lasted a little bit longer, but both are still foaming up really, really well. We get a towel. Yeah, I want to say the Polestar foam lasted longer than this did, but I could be wrong in that. Again, looking for the wipe off. Seemed to have pulled more dirt than the Polestar did, just in that little section. But let's see how the finish is comparative. Looks almost identical. Let's see if I pull the tape. Looks almost identical both sides. Again, same, that nice matte finish. You can still kind of see the tape line there, but for the most part, pretty consistent. Both sides looking virtually the same. What did I do next? I did the back of the seat next. So we'll spray it directly on there. Up here, there's sunscreen. There's a little spot right there. Some more spots down here. So again, just looking for differences. You could definitely see how much runnier the Chemical Guys is. And so if you want to get that foam, it is going to foam for you. It's going to foam really good, but you're going to have to work it to get the foam a little bit more, which is okay. Maybe that's a good thing, but the chemical smell is the deal breaker for me. It just, people don't like that chemical smell. And you're not going to want to use it as a maintenance product if it has a bad smell, because it's just going to be annoying and you're not going to want that. But does the product work? I think it works really good. And for whatever reason, it looks like on the towel we're actually pulling more out on this side than we did the other side. Maybe not. Maybe I'm seeing things, but let's clean the bottom half of this seat. I'm just going to spray it directly onto a towel. You can see how much less it foams up than the Polestar did. Again, just pointing out differences. Doesn't necessarily make it bad. Oh, do you need a minute to hold it? So it definitely seems like the Chemical Guys, it is full strength, and they do say you could dilute it, but it does seem like the Chemical Guy side was definitely pulling up more dirt than the Polestar. And from a finish standpoint, looks like both are virtually identical. And honestly, this is what's making a interior cleaner hard to formulate and hard to come up with, because what differences do you make in a product? If there's already good products out there, what can you do to make it different or better? Obviously, this Chemical Guys one could be upgraded because the smell, right? So that's a big differentiator. The Polestar is very, very good. We need to look at the formula, see what surfactants they're using, what emulsions, if any, they're using, and stuff like that. But I think it's really good to see what is out there in the market. And I think we found two really good interior cleaners. Do a little head-to-head right here on this section. I'll probably split it like right there. We'll do the chemical guys on one side. Just hit it with the brush a little bit. And what I'm looking for is that there wasn't any difference on the seat, but is there any difference on plastic parts? So richening up of the plastics. Okay, we'll do the Polestar on this half. Just see how much more that's foaming. Way more foam. And it seems like you just keep making more foam. So the chemical guy seems like you kind of run out of foam, and the Polestar seems like you just can keep making foam over and over and over. Not too much there, not too crazy. And again, just looking for any differences at all. That towel fell, but right there, it's just interesting. The Polestar doesn't seem to pull up as much, and the chemical guy's towel is significantly dirtier. So, but when you look at it, virtually looks the same. So I don't know what to say about that, but interesting. I think either way we found two really good cleaners. Sun visors are another area that are high touch, so they get a lot of dirt like this one. This is also where you're gonna want a product that foams really good, because the foam is gonna cling. Now, I don't like spraying directly onto the visor itself, so I will spray onto a towel and just wipe it. This is also an area that you want a better cleaner and less of a brush. So the brush can distort the material, could be really damaging to the material. So you really want to be, wow, that made really quick work of that. So you really want to be gentle. So usually only a towel is needed. Again, maybe a Scrub Ninja at most, but that did incredibly quick work of that over there. That was the Polestar. Let me switch up to the chemical guy side. We'll spray the towel, and we will work this side. Again, the foam is good and making quick work of it over here as well, but you could just tell a little bit more foam just makes you feel like you need a little less product. So again, I know I'm harping on the foam, and you want to use as little product as possible on here, because sometimes it can stain too. So that's another thing that you want to be aware of making sure your cleaner is not actually staining the surface as well. But man, both of those products made incredibly quick work of that visor rest. And we might as well, can you catch any of this down here? Yep. Might as well try to clean the inside too. That's the chemical guys right there. Polestar down here. For splitting hairs, I'm going to say the Koch-Chemie cleans a tad faster with a tad less product, but both did an incredible job on there. Boom. That looks pretty great, right? Yep. Perfect. Cool. Sweet. So it's incredibly hard to see, but on camera we're trying to pick it up. But the passenger side, or the driver's side of the car, we just, in one of the first videos of developing the product, just wiped it with a dry microfiber towel. On the passenger side of the car, we applied the JIMBO's, the interior cleaner that I'm working on, right? We don't quite have a name yet. And so what was interesting is that there is the JIMBO side, or the cleaner side, is repelling more of the dust. So this is a kind of a cool feature that I want to develop a little bit more too, and I talked about in that first video, which I'll link below. But if you can make it so you're applying the cleaner and then it's making the surface easier to clean the next time, that is a huge, huge asset. So this was a very interesting thing that Bryant picked up on, thank you Bryant, that the driver's side, where we, again, wiped with just a dry microfiber towel, is actually attracting more dust and dirt than the passenger side where we wiped with the cleaner.